Rolling.
We are live.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome to the Fake Headlines Podcast,
Woo!
episode number 1.
Yeah.
Our
Episode 1 kind of ends up being just the intro.
Yeah, hopefully it's not episode 1 like Star Wars.
Right. We don't want that. We don't want people to listen to episode 4 and be like, you know what, this is the best one. You know what? Maybe we do. Maybe let's call this episode 4.
Okay.
And then
We've gotten our Jar Jar out of the way.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
Right.
We hope.
Uh-huh. And you know what? I really like starting off with a new hope.
Nicely done.
You're welcome.
So this is Fake Headlines Podcast.
Fake Headlines Podcast.
Why don't we tell the folks what the heck we are doing here?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm Tiffany Dillon.
And I'm Kevin Dillon.
And you guessed it, we're husband and wife.
Married.
Ooh, ooh.
And this idea for the podcast came from you.
Yeah.
As we were driving to our wonderful jobs one day.
Yeah.
We heard a song on the radio that inspired us to think about a podcast idea. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Shout out to the new pornographers for inspiring us on this little adventure. So, Fake Headlines. So, basically, it's just a game for us.
It's a fun game where we can riff. And so what we do is every week we come to the table with 3 headlines each, 2 of which are
fake
and 1 of which is
real.
And we try to guess which ones are fake, which ones are real. And along the way, we kind of riff on what we think the article is about, just based on the headline.
Right. And so, you know, Kevin will give me 3 different articles. Just give me the titles, and I'm going to try and guess what those articles are about. And then I get to guess which one is real, and then vice versa. So we really hope that people will enjoy this journey with us and laugh along with us. And we may even have some fun special guests along the way.
Definitely we'll have some special guests because we have a lot of special friends that are funny.
Special friends.
Special friends.
Yes.
So it'll be good. You can follow us on Twitter at
FakeHeadPod.
At FakeHeadPod. That was the closest thing we could find and register that was closest to the name of our podcast.
Sorry it sounds like that, but
hey, it's
you know what? It's memorable.
It is memorable.
You're going to friggin' remember us.
Because Twitter handles are limited to 15 characters, which I did not ever have to think about.
It only took us about 20 minutes to get reported for being inappropriate. So here we are.
Yeah, we did get a weird Twitter warning that we were locked down for suspicious activity.
Right.
Even though we literally just set up a page and put a profile picture up.
So please follow us and at Fake Head Pod.
Fake Head Pod.
To make sure that people know that we are legitimate. We are not fake. We are, in fact, real.
We are the real deal. And you can also follow us individually on Twitter. I'm at Kevin P. Dillon.
And I'm at Vivian Tiffany.
So there you go, at Fake Head Pod. So this is our first episode that we recorded, a pilot episode. Let us know what you think. You can send us an @ message on the Twitter machine.
And we'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks so much. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Just jump right in there.
We just started like every podcast starts.
Yeah.
Just start recording.
Is it happening? I don't know.
When are we going to start this thing? I'm gonna
Oh, no, it already started like 5 minutes ago. What?
Oh, my God, how embarrassing.
Oh, so weird.
Well, this is the maiden voyage of the
Fake headlines.
I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is first we'll just chat for a little bit, but we'll tell you what the point of this is.
We'll get into it.
So we have some real headlines and some fake headlines, and we are going to challenge each other to guess which ones are fake, which ones are real, and just chat about the overall goofiness of all of this.
Yeah. So, Kevin has 3 articles. I have 3 articles. 1 are real, and the remaining 2 are fake. And then, so what's going to happen is each of us are going to read the 3 headlines, and we can guess the others which one is real. but we'll also give the person who's guessing is also going to give a brief synopsis of what they think each of the articles are about.
Nice word, synopsis.
You're welcome.
So do you want to just jump right into it? I mean, we've already started recording.
We have. Yeah, sure. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'm going to read you 3 headlines.
Okay.
And again, one of them is real, 2 fakes.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Headline number 1. President proposes military parade complete with MMA floats.
Okay.
Headline number 2. New study proves vaping as dangerous as inhaling Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
And number 3, Alabama woman unearths Tennessee man's long-lost class ring. One of them's real and 2 of them are fake. You're gonna have to guess.
Oh my gosh.
So
they all sound like so real.
We live in such a time that all 3 of these things could be happening right now.
Yeah.
And to the same person, really.
Yeah. Absolutely. Alabama's hot right now.
So
hot.
Again, president proposes military parade complete with MMA floats. New study shows vaping as dangerous as inhaling Parmesan cheese. And Alabama woman unearths Tennessee man's long-lost class ring.
Okay. So,
we're being distracted by our cat using the litter box just mere feet away from us.
She's can't hear it in the headphones, but I know that it's happening.
The first reviews are in.
It's all shit. We're going to bury this under some finely ground wheat.
Today's episode brought to you by Sweet Scoob, the only cat litter using wheat. It's good for the environment.
It smells great too. Anything left over could be used for bread.
Do you wish your litter box smelled like lunch sandwiches?
Then we have a brand for you. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know a lot about MMA.
Who does really?
Who does? I know. Okay, so the president proposes a military parade with MMA floats.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in this article it would talk about MMA floats complete with the real, no imitation. Everything must be real. Except for her boobs. Ronda Rousey. She will have to be there.
She would be the grand marshal.
Yeah.
That's what they call the parade? Main parade person?
Mm-hmm.
I just call them the main parade person.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would happen. And then I don't know who else is in the MMA anymore.
I don't either.
Let's
who do you
go
remember? Who do you remember?
Brock Lesnar.
He was, and fairly recently. Yeah, I think you're correct.
So I know Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar.
Can you name one more MMA fighter? If not, make one up right now. What would be a good name for an MMA fighter?
Chance Gloverman.
I love it. Chance Gloverman. Heavyweight champion Chance Gloverman. Glover or Glover?
Glover.
Glover. I like Glover.
With a V.
Glover sounds better. Chance Gloverman. MMA professional and glove enthusiast.
So that's what I think that one's about.
I guess I would envision with this particular article, like similar to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but instead of all that lame Broadway garbage, it would just be like a ring would roll down the street and stop in front of people. They would fight for a few minutes, and then the ring would move on, and it would just be, and people would be like screaming and waving signs, waving flags,
and kids would be wearing their own little tiny MMA shorts. and their little wrists are wrapped up.
And their Chance Gloverman t-shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And their Chance Gloverman big foam gloves.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
that's
Like the number one finger.
Weep.
Chance Gloverman, I love it. That's so funny.
He's a guy that's gonna go down in history. Yeah, and it's gonna be huge, you know, huge parade.
The biggest.
Really great way to honor America's finest.
Yes, and appeal to America's bloodthirst for
Yeah.
watching fights.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and who knows? The president may or may not pull in friends from other fighting things, like Vince McMahon. You
Right.
know, like he could swoop right in there. I'm sure he could bring some of his friends.
It's true. Trump and Vince are friends, and Linda McMahon is a cabinet member. She heads up the Small Business Administration.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of wrestling connections there that could be, a lot of wrestling favors that could be called in.
A lot of crossover, really bring in great audiences.
We might see Brock Lesnar versus Chance Gloverman.
Oh my-
Finally. America's been asking for years.
Yes.
The two biggest heavyweights in the world
Live on the
colliding
parade. Yeah.
live on a parade. I mean,
Mhm.
what better venue for a big fight than a parade?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just money written all over it.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
Yep.
it'll be broadcast live on Fox News,
Mhm.
of course, not the Fox channel,
No. No.
but Fox News would carry it.
Yeah.
Ah, it's gonna be glorious,
Beautiful.
and also Breitbart.
Yeah.
They'll also be covering
Mhm.
it.
They'll be the first ones to announce who the winner should have been. And
And they will uncover the conspiracy that kept Chance Gloverman down.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I can see it now. Study proves that vaping is just as bad as vaping Parmesan cheese. Is that what it was?
It said inhaling, but
Inhaling.
which could be. I'm not sure if it means the dust of form of Parmesan cheese or the liquid. I guess both would be pretty terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, I believe the article headline inferred it was like the powdery substance that we enjoy sprinkling on many fine pasta dishes.
I'm just imagining what Parmesan cheese flavored vape must taste like. I feel like it would be.
It's like a dessert vape for like, not a dessert vape, but like you smoke it after you've had like a meatball
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
a plate of pasta.
Uh-huh.
Or you can maybe just vape while, like maybe you're lactose intolerant.
And it's
And-
the only way you can get it.
Right.
Oh.
So in between bites of pasta, you are hitting the vape pen and getting some sweet
Just
Parmesan flavor.
sweet, sweet parm.
Mm.
Mm.
That does sound delicious. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I think that's really innovative.
Cheese vapes.
Yeah.
They have a whole line of cheese vapes
Yeah.
for the lactose intolerant hipster.
Yeah. I think this is a real hit.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hits, take a hit of mozzarella.
Oh.
It's very good.
Oh,
I
so
ruined
much
it.
cheese.
Oh.
Z-ness in those jokes. So that one, I that sounds like a pretty straightforward headline where it would be a study
Mm-hmm.
giving factual
Right.
numbers of the amount of people that they did this test on. I don't know who would inhale Parmesan cheese particles, but
Maybe they have data on an accident that happened at a Parmesan cheese, like
yeah,
the factory that produces craft Parmesan cheese sprinkles. Is
yeah,
that what
and
they're
it
called? Cheese sprinkles.
Sprinkles, yeah. Hmm. It is. All right, and then I want to go. Hold on, my cat is saying hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Chloe Cat. For perfect images of this cat, go to InstaChloeCat on Instagram. Um, Alabama woman uncovers man's
Long lost class ring.
from Tennessee. He was
Yeah.
from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Was it found in a river, like floating up a river in a bottle? Was it? Let's go with that. So I don't know geography of that state.
What were you looking at? Why did you turn around?
I was looking at the map.
Oh yeah, we do have a
We have
piece
so
of art
many
that
maps.
is depicting the United States.
So the Mississippi River would go by there, right? Alabama.
Sure. I don't know. I can't be sure. Well, I do have a computer right in front of me, though, that I could probably verify these.
I'm doing this all from
questions.
straight from my computer brain.
Dang, girl. I don't even know what to Google. United States.
That's a tricky Google.
God. United States maps.
Mississippi River. What states do the Mississippi River go through?
Mississippi.
Great job.
River. Well, I spelled it N equals Mississippi River for some reason. I don't know why.
Wow.
Mississippi River Wikipedia. We rely heavily on Wikipedia, and it's like
dangerous.
It really is. Like, it's great that it's free, and it's always like the first thing that pops up when you want to find information on something. But any Yahoo like me could just add something to it.
Yeah, including Yahoo.
But that's true. But you have to rely on people to go back in and edit and like curate this and make sure that like false information is removed. And I don't know if like who's keeping up on the Mississippi River Wikipedia page. Like, who are those folks that are tasked with that?
Who knows?
I could probably add something here. I could add that in 2018, the Mississippi River was renamed the N equals Mississippi River based on a fat-fingered Google search. And it would probably be on the internet for a couple hours before someone saw it, if not longer.
I think if I had a Wikipedia page, I would probably go in myself and just add
keep it
crazy
updated.
things. Yeah.
And just see it.
But like really weird facts. Like
you once inhaled Parmesan cheese.
yes. Mm-hmm.
The river either borders or passes through the states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. So Tennessee was one of them, right?
Yeah.
From the headline.
But not Alabama.
But not Alabama.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Where there goes that theory.
Well, the person could have been visiting too. You know, we don't know all the details.
She is from Alabama. That doesn't mean she found it in Alabama.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
So, all right. So, Mrs. Alabama, she was visiting a friend in Nashville. And, you know, this friend and her, she went out for a walk. And, you know, they found themselves along the coastline of the
where lots of messages in bottles land or end up.
Yeah, float along the Mississippi River. I don't know if the Mississippi River is anywhere near Nashville, but that's what we're going with.
Don't know, but and don't care to know either. Quite
because
frankly,
this is all a true story, off the top of my head. And
you know what? In your true story in your head, perhaps the Mississippi was in this person's backyard in Alabama.
You know what it was? Also, I bet that maybe this guy was maybe trapped in the basement of someone's house and someone had the big idea to take off their class ring and float it out in a message in a bottle asking for help, just like in the show The OA. Did you know that's based on a true story?
We've been watching way too much Criminal Minds.
Yeah. It's there's a lot happening, but I think we're one of two people of I don't know how many people who participate in the subscription of Netflix who watched the show The OA, which I thought was so good. And that was a similar situation that happened. Do you remember that part?
I don't. I was probably falling asleep.
You probably fell asleep. You're right.
Not
You're
that
right.
the show was. I enjoyed the show, but I'm also a.
He's narcoleptic.
I'm a sleepy man.
Yeah.
I'm a sleepy person.
Yes.
So you believe that this perhaps could have been a message in a bottle situation. Perhaps the person
Yeah.
was looking for help and they found the ring. That's very possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it happened years later. So this guy had already gotten out of his situation. He had moved on. He was
Right.
like, things are great.
Probably got a new ring.
Yeah. And, but, you know, she did the right thing and she was trying to return the ring.
All right. So those are the 3 articles. Now, which one do you think is the real? As the Iron Sheik would say.
It's so ridiculous. I'm going to go with the last one, the Alabama class ring.
As the real article?
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah.
According to Yahoo News. Now, I wrote down this quote because I found this to be, well, I'll back this up for a second. When I read Alabama woman unearths Tennessee man's long-lost class ring, I assumed the 2 of them had been involved in a situation sexually. And that's how the ring got lost. And that's where my mind went immediately. And then I read the first sentence of the article, or maybe not the first sentence. We can confirm if this is the first sentence or not. But this sentence takes place in the article. 5 decades after it went missing, a South Alabama woman has found a Tennessee surgeon's ring while exploring her neighborhood with a metal detector. Yep, that is actually the first sentence. So, yeah, AI.com reports that Barbara Burgess found Dr. Stephen R. Shepard's University of Tennessee class ring of 1970 in front of her home in a subdivision behind the University of South Alabama in Mobile.
I told you she was on an adventure.
The ring was about 4 inches deep in the dirt. Well, that's one way
right
of
up
putting
there.
Hey, how'd it go last night, Barbara Burgess? Oh, well, about 4 inches deep in the dirt, if you know what I mean. She contacted the University of Tennessee's Office of Alumni Affairs. Officials learned that Shepard had previously contacted the office about his missing ring. Shepard lost the ring about 50 years ago when he was attending medical school and living in the house where the ring was found. Burgess and Shepard met shortly after the ring was found, and it was returned to him. Isn't that great?
That's sweet. That's like a heartwarming story.
Yeah, that ring has seen a lot.
It has.
And not seen a lot because it was buried 4 inches in the dirt.
It was 4 inches deep.
For 50 years.
It's a great story.
It's a really heartwarming story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I was just checking our time.
Okay, how are we doing on time?
We're good. We're about 19 and a half minutes. So.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Mr. Dillon.
Okay. Let me have them.
We never really introduced ourselves. We'll do that later.
Yeah, I think at this point
Let's just assume everyone knows who we are.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have to remember to do that the next time we do this.
We'll do a short intro.
Yeah, and we
You'll
can
enjoy
insert
that.
it. We can do a short intro and insert it about 4 inches in the dirt at the beginning of the show.
I hate that you beat me to that joke before I could even say it. But I was like, no, I'm going to actively listen and wait for him to finish his sentence.
I could see your eyes light up. I knew you had something. I knew you had a zinger ready for me.
That's what she said.
Zingers in the dirt.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Well, I gotta.
Would you like to pause for a commercial break while you gather yourself, and then we can continue on?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So there are some I have 2 great articles that I'm just gonna have to pick. Okay. All right. Well, I have 3 articles for you.
Okay.
The first one is Lost Shakespeare Play Solves Historical Mystery. The second one is Lego admits it made too many bricks.
I gotta jot some stuff down here. Okay, so the Lego admits to too many bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lost Shakespeare Play solves historical mystery.
Okay. Okay, And number 3?
New trend. Bacon fat coffee.
Oh my God. Those, again, all sound like they could be real deal things happening in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with bacon fat coffee. That does sound real because we recently had coffee with butter in it.
Yeah, that was a new trend that came out maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, we were at our local Whole Foods, and
We just got one.
we finally got one, and not quite our cup of tea. I mean, that's
Or our cup of coffee.
Or our cup of coffee. I mean, the coffee was fine. We thought we'd try it because it sounded interesting, and of course, we had seen all the BuzzFeed articles about it. So I could kind of see where, yeah, maybe they are putting bacon fat into coffee. I mean, you know, what a 1-2 punch to the heart that is. The burst of caffeine followed by artery clogging fat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the point. It kind of holds the caffeine in your heart so that you stay caffeinated longer.
Coffee is always in my heart.
Touche. Touche. Wow, I could really see that being a real thing. Bacon fat coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Whole Foods, again, not really our cup of tea or coffee. A little on the pricier side for my liking.
I think it's because we eat healthy, but we are not committed fully to complete clean eating, where everything is organic and
good for you.
Good for you.
Air quotes.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's out of our price range.
Yeah. We do not make enough money to shop regularly at Whole Foods, and quite frankly, everybody that was shopping in there also looked like they did not have the kind of money to be shopping there full time.
The 5 people that were in there. But again, there's nothing wrong with Whole Foods. The thing is, we have Wegmans.
Please do not sue us.
And you're in Western New York, so everyone loves Wegmans.
And we have Tops, which is like, that's also there. I mean, I don't know if everybody loves, people love Wegmans in a different way than they love Tops, but Tops is, yeah, it's there.
Do you remember?
It's reliable.
Do you remember on, I don't know if it was The Tonight Show or if it was David Letterman, but Alec Baldwin was a guest.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to convince his mother to, and his mother lives, I think, near Syracuse or near somewhere between Syracuse and Rochester.
I think that's where they were all raised, I believe.
And somewhere there is a Wegmans, and Alec Baldwin was trying to convince his mother to come out to California and live there, and her response was, "And leave Wegmans." And you know what, guys? If you haven't experienced Wegmans, it's kind of true.
It's a great store.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really overrated. It does have a really great selection of everything you could possibly want, and it's 24 hours. So,
and it's a local Rochester-based business, and it's consistently ranked one of the best places to work in the country, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
considering all the possible places to work.
Hey, Wegmans, want to sponsor this podcast? Just saying, just curious. Yeah, we already know that Whole Foods is out. They think we're shits. So.
Right. I don't even know if Price Chopper would support us at this point, but we'll get there. We're going to get there eventually. Wegmans, give us a call.
Yeah.
Lost Shakespeare play solves historical mystery.
Mm-hmm.
What could that be? So in the play, there was truths that solved something real? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, Shakespeare was alive during the Elizabethan era, which is a lot of what inspired his writings. So
I imagine this being kind of like a what's that movie with that guy? National Treasure.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, where there's like a map on the back of a Shakespeare manuscript, which leads to the United States Constitution, which then leads to a cave filled with gold.
Yeah.
From Jesus's times. Could that be possible?
If you're Mormon. I think.
I think, yeah, because the Mormons have had, in their
Palmyra
beliefs, have had some more recent interactions with
Jesus,
divine spirits,
yes,
and Jesus and stuff.
Yeah.
But so maybe, and Palmyra also has a Wegmans, probably. I would assume.
Probably,
right?
Yeah.
I imagine that's a very nice Wegmans. Imagine everybody's very friendly there.
Yeah.
Shakespeare play solves historical mystery. Interesting. Okay. And then Lego admits to too many bricks. So what was that? Could you read the headline? I'm not sure if I wrote the headline down correctly. Is that what it is?
Lego admits to it made too many bricks.
So what does that mean? Is it like, is there like a stockpile of bricks that they can't sell because there's too many of them in circulation?
That sounds right.
Like the U.S. Mint of Legos?
Mm-hmm.
Too many bricks, like too many cooks?
Yeah.
Where there's just a long TV intro that goes on and on forever?
Yeah. I don't know why, but every time, like in my head, I think about maybe because I have seen it less amount of times than most people. But every time I think about Too Many Cooks, like in my head, the melody, it never is the correct melody. It always ends up going to like the Kit Kat theme.
Too many cooks.
Yeah,
too many
that's
cooks.
exactly what happens.
Looks like you got too many cooks.
I know that's incorrect, but that's what happens in my brain.
That's okay. It has been a few years since
Mm-hmm.
Too Many Cooks came out, so your sort of redesigning the memory of the tune is quite understandable.
Yeah.
Too many bricks. Like, what could that possibly mean? They admit to too many bricks. So, maybe there's different, because there's different sizes of like. I'm trying to remember Legos. It's been a long time. I'm very old.
So, no.
There's like little flat pieces. There's bricks. There's little things. There's wheels. I think, right?
Yeah, it kind of wheels. Yeah, I guess there are wheels,
Aren't there, like,
and there are little
attached?
people. Mhm.
Yeah. So maybe they, in packaging, because how do they come? They come in like a box of like miscellaneous pieces. So maybe.
I don't think I ever got new Legos. I think they were just. I ended up with a pile of Legos.
I think everybody does. Yeah. There's like a family. There's like one day I remember my father sat me down and opened up a chest, and it was all the family Legos that had been passed down. A lot of bricks,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of passed them on to me when I was a
Yeah.
child. So I think everybody has that moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as part of the ceremony of passing these bricks on, you were allowed to toss out a small handful of them onto the floor
Right.
as he blindly walked across them like you would
Right.
hot coals.
Yes. And then that was his. That was the way that your
Initiation.
initiation
Mhm.
would begin
Mhm.
and end.
Yeah.
And so as the guardian of the family Legos passed across that jagged path, once they got to the other end, you were now entrusted with the Lego bricks
Yeah.
from the family. It was a very
Mhm.
important moment,
Mhm.
of course. So we all
To build a new foundation.
exactly.
Mhm.
Man, it was a very powerful moment
It's
for
beautiful.
me. So maybe in the packaging, if people are still buying them, there were too many brick pieces in there and not enough flat pieces. And people complained. 'Cause people would complain about that. I could see somebody tweeting Lego like, "Hey, at Lego, I bought this Millennium Falcon Lego for my kid, and it's too many bricks, not enough flat pieces, and no satellite thing for the top." I never had Legos like that though. Like now when you go to the store, you see like the Millennium Falcon Lego or the Ghostbusters car Lego. Like we just had like red
Legos.
and green Legos.
Yeah. It was just
I had the red kind and I had the green kind.
yeah.
that was
yeah,
it. I
That's
didn't have
I
multicolor.
think I had yellow.
There might have been some
I feel
like a
there
few
was
colors.
yellow in there.
I think we had all the primary colors, but we didn't have like
Right.
specialized like licensed
Themes, yeah.
yeah, like
Mhm.
I didn't have like GI Joe Legos or Transformer Legos. Which
There was no map to build things. You were just like, here, figure out how to build a house.
right, yeah, yeah.
And you did.
So a lot of times I would take Legos and also Constructs, which was a similar
Yep.
thing that came
Mhm.
along a little bit later in the 80s, and I would make toys that were kind of companion pieces for other toys that I was playing with, or I would make like a laser gun and play out in the backyard and make
Patoo.
a gun or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I could see people tweeting though, like, "I got too many bricks, not enough flatties. I'm mad."
My Millennium Falcon is broken.
Hey, at Bacon Fat, get yourself into coffee. Hashtag delish.
Hashtag artery.
God, I don't know which one could be. I'm going to guess that the fake article is the bacon fat in the coffee.
That is a fake article. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay. That was tough. That was really tough because they all seemed realistic.
So which one's the real one?
Oh, that's right. There's 2 fakes and a real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I thought I had just won. Game.
Not yet.
I think the too many bricks one is also fake. And I can tell by your face that that is incorrect.
Too many bricks is real.
Too many bricks is real. So tell me what this means.
Okay.
Do you have the article readily available?
Yeah. Just give me.
This is the part of the show where we look up the article. We didn't have it handy, but kinda we do, 'cause here it is.
All right. So this is an article that I found from BBC News Business.
Always covering Lego. I mean, that's like their main thing.
So let me just browse through this one more time.
Yes, this is very interesting to listen to.
Okay, so
sorry. Everyone, just give me 5 minutes to read this. Just you feel free at home to read something as well.
Yeah, we'll just read along. Why don't you look up the article yourself?
Oh,
and read it.
Maybe I will.
And then we'll talk about it, like a group share.
Maybe you
group
should have
think.
mentioned this. What is it from? Lego's Too Many Bricks. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Lego admits it made too many bricks from BBC.
Got it.
Too many Lego bricks is a problem many parents will sympathize with, but now the toy firm itself admitted it had made too many. The company said sales and profits had fallen for the first time in 13 years, blaming the weak performance on having to sell off excess stock cheaply. Excess stock, not stack. It had too much stock in warehouses and shops as a result of this. There wasn't enough room to get the 2017's toys into the stores, and the toy trade is driven by its newness. Danish toy maker said dealing with the stock issue as well as the drop in sales in Europe and North America had dragged down its performance last year.
That's so sad. This is the first time in 13 years that Lego profits and sales have fallen.
Yeah. So that's basically what it means. It means that the profits have fallen. They mass produced a little too much, and they had too much product to actually sell, and causing an overflow in their warehouses.
Plus, I think that has to do a lot. Probably, I mean, the gut reaction to that is because kids are just playing with electronic stuff all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably a key driver in that.
Yeah.
But also, too, to your point, a lot of people just have kind of Legos are just kind of passed on. Like, I don't recall ever buying Legos when I was a kid or my parents buying them for me. It just seemed like they were always there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's part of it too, where it's become kind of like a family thing.
And they're indestructible.
Yeah. Right.
Really. I mean,
true.
We joke about how much it sucks to step on them, but
right.
They are pretty indestructible.
Right.
Like you would have to toss them in a cauldron and melt them down.
Right. So there's no real reason to get rid of them ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just keep them forever and pass them on.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's part of it too. That makes me feel kind of sad though, because
well, I didn't mean to end on a downer. So sorry.
Well, just in this past week, there's been a lot of articles about so we have Legos declining sales. Toys R Us is filing bankruptcy and possibly liquidating all their assets and closing stores.
Yeah, that's super sad to me, actually. But I'm really glad that there will no longer be a giant section of creepy dolls. So.
Well, that's true. That is good for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Claire's, the store at the mall that we've all used to get our ears.
I know you probably frequent it.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
So
I got all my accessories.
And your piercings.
They are closing, apparently, are filing bankruptcy. So
that's
there's
sad.
A lot of youthful memories are popping up in the news in ways this week.
And growing up in a time, for me in the 90s where malls were frequented, I feel like I was in the last generation where malls were that popular hangout spot for teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I went off to college, I think that's where the transition sort of happened, where people were no longer hanging out in malls, and a lot of sales were done online versus in store, and
mm-hmm.
It's sad stuff.
Well, you grew up sort of near a mall. Well, you had a bit of a drive, didn't you, to get to the mall?
It was about a half hour, yeah.
Yeah, see, for us, it was either 45 minutes in one direction to the mall or an hour to the other.
Well, the good mall was an hour away, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we didn't hang out in malls after school, but going to the mall on the weekend, it was always packed. My parents always, we probably went to the mall at least 3 times a month, probably. My parents were always buying clothes for work and whatever, and and it was always packed. And now, one of those malls we used to go to, we live very close by currently, and when we go there, it's like a ghost town, and it's so surreal.
Yeah, especially on a Saturday afternoon, like
just,
you're expecting it to be completely packed, and
right.
yeah, it's a completely different world than what it used to be.
Really is. Well, what a downer that is. Well, folks, that's all from us.
That's it for us.
Gee, do you feel weird? Okay, well, we've done our job this week.
Let's keep it that way. Yeah.
Well, that was our test run of our first show of fake headlines.
I think it was fun.
It was a good time. We clowned around. We had some fun. We learned about missing rings, and we also
4 inches beneath the dirt.
4 inches beneath the dirt, and we learned about Legos also, which could be 4 inches below the dirt sales wise right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Fake headlines.
Bye.